Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Captain English, where learning English is easy, fun, and always an adventure. I'm Sam.
And I'm Alex. Hello to all our wonderful listeners. It is so great to be here with you today. Sam, you look very excited today.
I am very excited, Alex, because today we have one of my favorite topics,
Oh, really? What is it?
travel.
Yes! Today we are talking about travel. How to talk about your trips, your experiences, and your adventures in English.
Because travel is something everyone loves, and everyone has a travel story.
Exactly. Good stories, funny stories, sometimes very embarrassing stories.
Ha, yes, all kinds of stories. And today we're going to teach you how to tell those stories in English.
So, whether you travel a lot or you just dream about traveling, this episode is for you.
Perfect. But before we start, Alex, we should say something to our amazing listeners.
Oh, yes, of course. Friends, if you are enjoying Captain English, please take 1 second and click the like button. It really helps us so much.
And please subscribe to Captain English. We want you to be part of our crew, our Captain English crew.
I love that. The crew. And if you have a friend who is learning English, share this episode with them. Learning together is always more fun.
Always. Okay, Alex, let's talk about travel.
Yes. So, Sam, let's start with the basics. When someone asks you, have you traveled anywhere recently? What do you say?
Well, the easiest way to start is just to say where you went. For example, I went to Italy last summer.
Simple and clear. And then you add details. When did you go? Who did you go with? How long did you stay?
Exactly. So a full answer could be, I went to Italy last summer with my wife. We stayed for 1 week.
Perfect. That is already a great answer. Not too short, not too long.
And then the other person will ask you more questions, like, what did you do there? Or what was your favorite part?
Yes, travel conversations are very easy because everyone is curious. People love hearing about other places.
They really do. Alex, should I tell my travel story?
Please, I have been waiting for this.
Okay, so this story is about my trip to Spain 3 years ago.
Oh, Spain. Beautiful country.
Very beautiful. So my friend Marco and I decided to go to Barcelona for 5 days.
Nice. Barcelona is amazing. The architecture, the food, the beach.
Yes, exactly. We were so excited. We planned everything. We booked our flights, we booked our hotel, we made a list of all the places we wanted to visit.
Very organized. I like it.
Very organized. Or so we thought. So we arrived at the airport at 6 in the morning, very early. We were tired but happy.
6 in the morning? That is very early, Sam.
Very, very early. Marco picked me up at 4:30.
4:30 in the morning? That is not morning, that is the middle of the night.
You're right. It felt like the middle of the night. But we were excited, so it was okay. So we got to the airport, checked in our bags, went through security, and found our gate.
Everything sounds perfect so far.
It was perfect. We sat down, we had a coffee, we looked at our phones, and then I heard an announcement.
What did it say?
It said, Flight to Barcelona, gate change. Please go to gate B14.
Okay, a gate change. That happens sometimes.
Yes. So we picked up our bags and walked to gate B14. It was very far, on the other side of the airport.
Of course it was.
Of course, we walked for 10 minutes. We found gate B14. We sat down again. We were a little tired now from all the walking.
I can imagine. 4:30 start and now running around the airport.
Exactly. So we waited and waited. And then another announcement.
Oh, no.
Flight to Barcelona, gate change. Please proceed to gate A3.
Back to the other side.
Back to the complete other side of the airport, gate A3, which was basically where we started.
Sam, that is terrible.
We walked back, another 10 minutes. We found gate A3, we sat down, Marco looked at me, I looked at Marco. We were both very tired and a little bit angry.
How did you feel in that moment?
Frustrated. Very frustrated. Do you know that word?
Yes, frustrated means you are annoyed because something is not working the way you want.
Exactly. Like you want to move forward, but something keeps stopping you.
That is a great travel word. I felt frustrated because the gate kept changing.
Perfect sentence. So finally, we boarded the plane. We found our seats. We sat down. I put on my headphones. I was ready to sleep on the plane.
Finally, some rest.
I thought so. But then the man in front of me put his seat all the way back,
Oh no, right into your face?
right into my face. My screen was now about 10 centimeters from my nose.
Sam, I am sorry, but that is very funny.
It was not funny at the time, Alex, but looking back now, yes, it is a little funny.
So, how was Barcelona after all of that?
Barcelona was absolutely incredible. We visited the Sagrada Familia. We ate amazing tapas. We walked along Las Ramblas. We went to the beach. It was one of the best trips of my life.
See, the journey was a disaster, but the destination was worth it.
100%. And you know what is funny? Now when I tell this story, the gate changes and the man reclining the seat are my favorite parts to tell.
Because they make the story interesting.
Exactly. A perfect trip with no problems is actually a boring story.
That is so true. The funny moments and the difficult moments are what make travel memories special.
Absolutely. Alex, what about you? Do you have a travel story?
I do, and mine is even more embarrassing than yours.
Oh, this I have to hear.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I decided to travel alone for the first time. Just me. No friends, no family. Solo travel.
That is very brave, Alex.
I thought so too. I felt very independent and adventurous. I decided to go to Portugal, to Lisbon.
Beautiful city. Very hilly.
Yes, very hilly. That is important for the story. So I arrived in Lisbon, I took a taxi to my hotel, I checked in, I left my bags, and I went out to explore the city immediately.
Excited to see everything.
So excited. I had a map on my phone, I had comfortable shoes, I had a water bottle, I was ready.
You sound very prepared.
I thought I was. So I started walking. Lisbon is famous for its hills and its old trams, little yellow trams that go up and down the steep streets.
I have seen pictures. They look beautiful.
They are beautiful. So I decided to take one of the famous trams, tram number 28. It's the most famous one. All the tourists take it.
Okay, good plan.
I found the tram stop. There was a long line, many tourists waiting. I waited in the line for 30 minutes.
30 minutes is a long time.
It is, but I was patient. Finally, the tram came. It was very small and very crowded, but I got on. I found a little space by the window. I was so happy.
The view must have been amazing.
It was incredible. Old yellow buildings, narrow streets, the city below. I was taking photos of everything.
So what went wrong?
Well, I was so busy looking out the window and taking photos that I missed my stop.
Oh, where did you want to get off?
At the viewpoint, a famous viewpoint called Miraduro, but I was so distracted by the view that I missed it completely.
Did you get off at the next stop?
I tried to, but I pressed the wrong button. Instead of stopping the tram, I somehow activated the doors on the wrong side.
How is that possible?
I have no idea, Sam. I have no idea. The tram driver turned around and looked at me with very tired eyes.
Oh, Alex.
All the other passengers were looking at me. A little old Portuguese lady next to me shook her head very slowly.
The slow head shake. That is worse than shouting.
So much worse. I said sorry about 15 times, in English, in Portuguese, in every language I could remember.
What is sorry in Portuguese?
Desculpe. I said desculpe many, many times.
At least you knew the word.
It was the only Portuguese word I knew. I finally got off at the next stop. I was very red in the face, very embarrassed.
Did you find the viewpoint in the end?
I did. I walked back up the hill. It took 20 minutes because, remember, Lisbon is very hilly. I was sweating and tired, but when I got to the viewpoint and saw the view over the whole city and the river below,
Was it worth it?
it was the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. I sat there for 1 hour just looking.
That is a perfect ending.
And I learned an important lesson. Always pay attention on public transport and learn more than one word in the local language.
Great advice. So we have some really useful travel vocabulary from our stories today.
Yes, let's go through them. The first one is frustrated.
Frustrated. When something keeps going wrong and you feel annoyed. I felt frustrated because the gate kept changing.
Then we have destination.
Destination. Where you are going. Our destination was Barcelona.
And journey.
Journey. The travel itself. Getting from one place to another. The journey was difficult, but the destination was worth it.
Beautiful. Then we have to explore.
To explore. To go around a new place and discover things. I went out to explore the city.
And solo travel.
Solo travel. Traveling alone. I decided to try solo travel for the first time.
And one more, to get off.
To get off. When you leave a bus, tram, or train. I tried to get off at the next stop.
Perfect. 6 very useful travel words and phrases.
And remember our grammar tip from the stories. When you talk about past travel, use simple past tense. I went, I saw, I ate, I felt.
Simple and clear. I went to Portugal. I took the tram. I missed my stop.
Exactly. Easy storytelling in English.
Sam, I have a question for our listeners now.
Oh yes, our question of the day.
Friends, we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what is your dream travel destination and why?
Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? Write your answer in English.
Use the words from today. My dream destination is because.
We read every single comment. It is our favorite part of the day.
It really is. Okay, Sam, let's remember what we talked about today.
Good idea. We started with the basics. How to answer the question, have you traveled recently, with a simple, clear answer.
Then you told us your Barcelona story, the gate changes, the tired walk across the airport, and the man who reclined his seat.
And then Alex told us about her solo adventure in Lisbon, the famous tram, the wrong button, and the slow head shake from the Portuguese lady.
And we learned 6 important travel words: frustrated, destination, journey, explore, solo travel, and to get off.
Plus our grammar tip. Use simple past tense to tell travel stories. I went, I saw, I felt.
Perfect summary, Sam. Well, I think that is all for today's episode of Captain English.
It is, but before we go, if you enjoyed our travel stories today, please subscribe to Captain English.
And give this video a like. It means so much to us.
And comment your dream travel destination below. We want to know where you want to go.
We really do. The world is big and beautiful, and we want to hear about your dreams.
Until next time, everyone, keep learning, keep traveling, even if just in your imagination for now.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.